guys, how are y'all doing? So hopefully everyone's okay and I haven't gone outside too much. But with that, I hope you've also not gone stir crazy and murdered each other in your own homes. But by the look of the old YouTubes, there's plenty of podcasts, plenty of people doing live chats, and it's been pretty good actually recently. So plenty of things to keep us all occupied. And one thing in particular that really piqued my interest was Scott, Sega Zombie, your friend of mine. We all know who he is. He's been doing a series of isolation videos, which I've flipping been loving really. I think I watched one and then I didn't realise he was doing a whole series of them. And I had a bit of a binge watch. I really enjoyed that, and it just made me think, do you know what? I'm going to go copyright his. I'm going to steal his idea and probably get a copyright strike or a trademark or whatever YouTube throws at for copying content and stuff. But I don't know. Thought I'd just do it, just something to do. Unfortunately, I've not got all the time, as some guys have. Unfortunately, but also fortunately, I am actually still working at the moment. So it's pretty good that I'm actually still in work. So it's pretty good. I'm quite happy with that. But it would be nice to have a bit more time to play some games and come in all the chats and do everything. I wish I could do more really. But here I am making a video instead. In fact, this is the second time I've done this because I did do it yesterday. And for some reason, when I uploaded the video to my computer to edit and stuff, it corrupted. So that was a bit of a shame. As if you've watched any of Scott's videos, what he's been doing, I'm going to blatantly steal his idea from, plagiarise it, if you will. He's been doing a bit of a shout out, bit of a talk of 5 games from his Blue Spine wall. His big Mega Drive wall, big Sega wall, and then played a couple of games. And my Sega wall is not quite as impressive as his, and plus, why would you want to watch the same kind of content? So I thought, you know what? I've got a big Sony wall, a big PlayStation wall, big white spines, but we're going to go start somewhere earlier, and we're going to go to the Black Spines PlayStation 1, where it all started. And that being said, I'm going to have nice bit of beer because it's the weekend. I don't normally film these on the weekend, so let's wet the old whistle and fire up the old brain cells. So what we got today? We've got the Franz Vanschkeiner Wise beer. So this is a German white beer. I love my white beers, to be honest. Either these or port, something with a bit of flavour. Do you know what I mean? So nice bit of head and everything. Love it tastes so nice. But yeah, anyway, we're not here for beer talk. We're here for video game talk. And first up, I think we'll talk about, what's it called? Krusty Plug, is it? Krusty Plug. Very weird name, but I really like it. I mean, I like names like that where it's very rememberable. Probably completely different now. But yeah, I know it starts with a K. Krusty, I'm sure it's Krusty Plug. Don't know what it means, but it's pretty cool. He started YouTube not too long ago. Not got very many subs or views or anything like that, so that's why we do these kind of things really, just to help each other out. And yeah, I've been enjoying his content. I think he lives in Scotland, but I don't think he's Scottish, to be honest. So go over there. If he picks up for a variety of stuff, like a lot of 360, PlayStation, all sorts of stuff. But yeah, he's at the moment he's been doing his pickups by system, so he's been doing quite a lot of uploads just recently. So yeah, go over, check him out, and yeah, hopefully give him a sub if you like what you see. So anyway, yeah, back to the old PlayStation wall. And yeah, as you can see, got quite a few, well, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games as per the rules set out by Scott Sega Zombie. So, yeah, so I need a bit of a drink. I'm really thirsty, really thirsty. So what we first got up on a dish. So yeah, PlayStation. We've got the old Parappa the Rapper. Yeah, so I've mentioned a few times before like how much I love the PlayStation. It was one of the systems that I used to have so many games for because of piracy. Basically, I used to go to a what's it called? A comic book shop back in the day, and in the back room there was one of the brothers that used to sit there. One brother was out who was like the nerdy comic guy, and in the back it was a video game guy. And yeah, he used to have like this big like folder of games all in a list of what you could buy off him for £2 or £3 a pop. I can't remember how much it was. It was dirt cheap anyway. And yeah, we rinsed it. So we would choose a game that sounded interesting because we had no other information other than that. We didn't know if it was going to be English, Japanese or American, but we had chip PlayStations, so it didn't really matter too much. And we would just take it home, and some of the games were totally unplayable, but some of them were amazing. Found some really good gems in there. This wasn't one of them. I don't know why I started telling this story when I picked this up. It really should have been just at the start, but yeah, I just wanted to say, like, that introduced me to a lot of games that I've probably got up here, and some that I've completely forgotten from my mind because a lot of them were Japanese. I don't know what the hell they are. Oh, sorry about that. But yeah, anyway, first up, we'll talk about Parappa the Rapper. As you see, I've got a few different games here. Some that you probably know. Well, I'm hoping you know what most of these are, and some you might not know, or you might not really think any significance of. So I thought, yeah, as I say, let's give it a bit of a whirl. But anyway, Parappa the Rapper. God, I'm rambling on a bit today. Parappa the Rapper, what a game! Kick Punch, it's all in the mind. What a fantastic game! This is just every PlayStation 1 owner's, well, probably top 10 games, I'd imagine. And yeah, it's not a traditional game. It very set out the PlayStation into its own kind of system. Like the games were very different. Well, some of the games were very different from the previous generation, and this is one that really signified that, because you wouldn't have a music rhythm game, or if you did, you wouldn't have it in such a way as this. It was like watching a cartoon that was interactive to how you played and how well you played the levels, which, to be honest, most of the time it wasn't very well, because as I've later found out, I just thought it was because I was terrible. The actual where you actually supposed to press the buttons aren't actually synced up properly to how they should be. So when you're trying to get it on X, yeah, it's not always the best way to do it. Obviously, there's no clear indicators for that. So I suppose if you're a pro Parappa the Rapper player, you would know that. You'd know where to press it, but I don't, unfortunately. And the funny thing is, there is a remake of this on the PlayStation 4, which is PlayStation 4 Pro enhanced somehow. Don't know how. Don't know how you need to enhance a 2D, basically cartoon, really. But it is anyway. And yeah, they didn't fix the button timings, which is a bit of a shame, really. They should have given you an option for the original Impossible, or maybe play it as it should be, and see if you actually were any good at Parappa the Rapper. Because yeah, as I say, we was all terrible at it, but we would all stick through it because it was flipping amazing. Maybe they actually did that on purpose, because it's quite a short game, really, and yeah, it'd probably just get everyone to replay it a bit, or at least die and not quite get far enough and get angry and go, oh, I'm going to do it this time, and probably did really terrible and then progressed. But yeah, anyway, Parappa the Rapper, fantastic. As I say, the music in here is so iconic. What was it? There was the how to kick punch, it's all in the mind, with Master Onion. There was the driving lessons. I can't remember why half of this stuff was happening, but yeah, it was just so bizarre and amazing, and that's what I loved about it. I mean, it just signified the PlayStation era back then, because there was some weird stuff happening. Unfortunately, we didn't get a lot of it because it was stuck in Japan. And one that could have been stuck in Japan and it didn't, Rapid Reload, or as it's called in Japan, Gunner's Heaven. Gunner's Heaven. So, gotta say, first of all, massive thanks to Dylan Craven for this. Hyper Trigger EX, fantastic game. Thanks for this, mate. We did a trade. I gave him a sealed copy of the Japanese one for this, and yeah, because of that, we've been flipping cow buddies ever since. So friend for life with that. So cheers for this, Dylan. Got a fantastic deal here, but I mean, we were all helping each other out anyway, so I got him a good deal not too long ago. So yeah, as I say, really pleased with this. So but anyway, we're not here to talk about pickups talk. We're actually here to talk about the game. And what is this game? So this game is very much, I should have done research. I mean, I did it yesterday and I said the exact same things. I should have got into this video thinking, right, let's have a look into it. But I'm pretty certain that certain people from Treasure, who helped make Gunstar Gunstar Heroes went and helped develop this game. I'm pretty certain of it. But playing this game, the flipping Gunstar Heroes like imagery is just unmistakable. Really, it looks like a sequel to Gunstar Hero in some ways. There is, like, obviously it is very different to it and everything, but it just feels so much like one. This seems a lot harder than Gunstar Hero. I played it yesterday for the second time, and yeah, it seems really hard. I don't know if that's just me, maybe I'm just terrible, but Gunstar Heroes, I could not breeze for it, but I could get and complete first time most times. But yeah, the graphic design on here is beautiful. And the problem is with this, it is a 2D sprite based run and gun game. I've probably got a video playing somewhere of it in the background. But yeah, so when this came out, which was early PlayStation 1 life, in fact, it's that early. I think this was a release game, and the number on the side is SCES00004. So I don't know if you can see that. It's probably a big blur right now because I can't see the screen. But yeah, back then everyone wanted 3D gaming, and unfortunately that's what created low sales in this game. Even everyone just overlooked the fact it is actually a fantastic game, albeit a very hard one, because we all wanted 3D. We wanted to push it to the next level. And the thing is, once you play this, it's obvious that you couldn't play this on a Super Nintendo or a Nintendo or a Mega Drive or anything like that, because the sprite-based gaming is getting pushed to a level that we never saw before, and that's what I love about it. But as I say, even myself back then, I wanted to see the next level of gaming of 3D. If I wanted sprite-based stuff, it would be more in an RPG. But yeah, I would love to have said I would had this as a kid and really cherished it, but I didn't. But yeah, Rapid Reload, fantastic game. So glad I got this in my collection. I don't think I would have done without the help of Dylan. So really pleased with that one. Another game, one that I knew I had to get when I started collecting seriously for the PlayStation 1. Just going to go for a whole sip. As I say, warming up the old memory glands there. Suikoden, however you say it, because we all have different ways to say this game. But this is one that I played as a kid on one of them burnt discs that I got from the comic book guy. And what a fantastic game this is. So yeah, it's a very traditional style RPG, one that I kind of like. I love it when the RPGs don't have too many things going on where it completely confuses you. The way that you level up and everything like that. I like to have a bit of something that makes it unique to the other RPGs. But when they go too far, when you've got all these wheels and, I don't know, crystals, gems and everything like that, yeah, it gets too much for me. And Suikoden is probably the best series of games that really does it really well. It has got a different thing, a unique thing to it, where you actually have to collect, I think, 128 different characters to help, and I think they call them stars, to help build your castle so you can help win the future fights that you have as an army. So the more people you have, the bigger and stronger your army is. And you actually, instead of just the turn-based combat that you have turn-based army combat where you're controlling a whole army. They're not my favourite types of levels, to be fair. I've got to say that, and I found them really hard. Maybe I wasn't quite leveled up quite enough for them. But yeah, fantastic game. And I remember seeing in the magazine Suikoden 2, and I really thought the graphics on that was just getting too realistic, and I never wanted to play Suikoden 2. Suikoden, I don't know, I think people generally call it Suikoden, but us Brits, I think we all like to say it's Suikoden. So I'm kind of I always get too mixed up with like these words. But anyway, enough of my problems. Yes, more of my problems. Suikoden 2 in the magazines, it looked too realistic, and I kind of like boycotted it really and didn't want to play it. So when you look at the graphics of Suikoden 2 now, you'll be thinking to me going, well, how are the graphics any better? But I used to think that in my head because it was just that slightly bit better. I like the kind of more chibi look of the characters on here, where the other ones were a little bit more stretched and more human looking, but they're really not at all. Not compared to some of the later Final Fantasies. But yeah, played both these, Suikoden 1 and Suikoden 2, back to back over the last couple of years, and they are both great games. People kind of generally go towards Suikoden 2 as their favourite, but do you know what? Suikoden 1 is my favourite. Mainly, it's the nostalgia thing. You can't beat nostalgia, and this game, as I say, I absolutely loved. So, Suikoden, fantastic game. We probably won't be playing this. Well, we won't be, because I've already done it. That's what I said yesterday. As I say, I'm going to be playing 2 of these games, so I've got 2 more games left to have a bit of a chat about in the old Sega Zombie style. And the next one is Total NBA 97. Why have I picked up a sports game? I've said countless times I don't want to collect sports games. Well, a couple of reasons really. First up, it's part of a subset, and we all know I like a good subset, and the subset in question is the cardboard case PlayStation 1 games. There is only 4 of them that I have in my collection. What's he called? Alex Blutonic. He actually mentioned there is a possible 5th game that we've not seen, and he said because he used to work in a game store back in the day, and he says he remember having it back then, although he doesn't know if it's a promo one maybe, or if he's kind of like, well, not made it up, but like misthinking about it. But we've not seen one. I've tried looking for one on the web. I've got a feeling it probably will be, and I think it'll be quite rare. It'll be quite good to find eventually. But yeah. Did I even say what the game was? It's Ridge Racer. So the 5th game that there is a possible one of is Ridge Racer. So the 4 that I have got and is well known and well documented is Mortal Kombat 3. What is it? Warhawk, is it? Yeah, Warhawk and Mortal Kombat. Oh, and Tekken 1. Flipping brain. I need some more of this. But my favourite of the bunch is this one, because it's got the orange front on it, the orange basketball rubber on the front of it, and that is fantastic. And then obviously Ridge Racer that we're not quite sure about. So if anyone's got the Ridge Racer one or knows any information about it, let me know, because that'll be great to know, and see if I need to continue my quest for this, my subset quest for the cardboard games. But yeah, why is it? What's the second part of this? Well, I actually had this as a kid. Again, I think a lot of this is my nostalgia really, except for Rapid Reload. And yeah, what a cool package this is. So we've got the old basketball disc, basketball in the back there, and this is in such great condition as well. So pleased with this. And I played a lot of NBA games, and I know I definitely played this just because I had this exact same copy. And how can you forget this as a kid? Flipping beautiful looking, isn't it really? I might have mentioned it before, I probably haven't, but back in the day, I used to play basketball. I used to, in probably 96, 97, I was about 14, 15, and I used to play for a team. I was still really wee short little guy back then, so I wasn't like there doing the old dunks. In fact, no one was at that age, but I used to be quite good. I used to not miss all my shots, and I was like a bit of a point guard. Because I was so short, I could steal the ball from people quite well, which is quite cool. And I had a lot of spirit, I guess. I'm very competitive, so I think that's what helped me along really. So yeah, basketball was everything to me back in them days. The very Americanism of things, playing the video games. I used to get all the American magazines and stuff like that, and wanted to be just in that culture really. Things have changed a little bit now really. Although I suppose gaming wise it hasn't. I still like a lot of the American games, but yeah, I remember back in the day, I don't know if anyone else did this as well, if you like your basketball, I think it was on Channel 4 around 2 o'clock in the morning on a Friday or a Saturday night. I think it was a Friday night. In fact, it might have even been Thursday, because I'm sure I used to have to wait up until 2 o'clock in the morning to watch the basketball matches that lasted like a couple of hours. That was the only way you could watch them. I don't think it was even on Sky Sports. My parents probably knew, but they didn't really know that I was staying up until 4 o'clock in the morning watching these TV programs about basketball, and it was fantastic. I loved it. Like, people love the football and stuff like that, but it bores the hell out of me because and what I love about basketball is it was so action orientated. You have 15 seconds between each shot made, and it just created such an exciting game to me. But yeah, anyway, the game itself is probably really terrible now, but I used to flipping love this game. Talking more about the things around the actual game itself, but I suppose that's what this nostalgia trip is. Some of the games that we pick up is all about the cartoons that we love. The games themselves are terrible, but we will pick up a certain game, like the He-Man game on PlayStation 2. Terrible game, supposedly, but flipping love He-Man. But anyway, yeah, Total NBA 97, a game I had as a kid that I've not really talked about. But another game that I had as a kid, so I don't know if you noticed that there was a PlayStation 1 game there. We have got Gun Bullet here, which is actually Point Blank, or one of the Point Blank games anyway. The Japanese named them Gun Bullet, Gun Ball, and Gun something else. And they're basically Gun again. Point Blank 1, 2 and 3, but obviously Japanese. So a flipping artwork in here is incredible. I showed it off the other day, but yeah, look at that. It's just beautiful. I just absolutely love it. But we're going to go to the PAL thing, and we're going to show the big box with the gun and the game inside. Fantastic. So, yeah, I'm wanting to collect all of these. I've got the Time Crisis one. That's all I've got at the moment. There is one for every Point Blank game. Obviously, it gets harder the bigger the number is. So eventually I'll get them because they flipping look great. But the games themselves are incredible. It really felt like I was really bringing the arcade at home. The only problem is you didn't have the recoil on the gun, which is a shame. I never had this big box as a kid. I had the Time Crisis. I'm looking over there because it's over there. I had the Time Crisis big box. And that in itself is a great game. However, Point Blank just really does it for me. It gives you the repeat gameplay that you crave for because it's so good. Because it's not a story, it's not linear or anything. Well, it is linear, but the fact is you kind of like point scoring or trying to beat. But the main thing is trying to beat your friends. So if you play this 2-player, which is the way it's really supposed to be played, especially at the arcades, you're trying to beat your mate, and that is the key point to this that makes this fantastic. Still fun to play. I played it last night. I managed to get it to work on the TV. I thought it wasn't going to work, but it worked a treat, really. It was really nice and easy. The gun itself, I'm going to show you. The gun itself is over here because I was playing it. And it's tangled up in a mess of wires. Oh, what I wanted to show you is still plugged in. Never mind. But yeah, on the back of here, you have like this weird connector that you plug into the back of the PlayStation and then into an audio jack, which is very strange. And I don't really understand what that is. So if anyone knows the inner workings of this, send me an essay, which will be great because I love reading about stuff like that. But yeah, Point Blank, what a game. What a game. Make and break friends with this game. Fantastic. So yeah, it plays better than I was expecting, what I remembered. I was still terrible about it last night, but I'm going to put it on the end of here for you all to make your mind up. So yeah, anyway, that was the Sega Zombie Isolation copyright strike video that I've thought I'd just come in and jump on the bandwagon with, really. As I said, I might do one of these at the weekend. If everyone wants me to, I might go and do some PlayStation 2 games. So if you've got any suggestions for me to talk about, if you want me to do it, if you want me to not, just tell me to shut up, that's fine. But yeah, anyway, I'll see you guys later. Well, I'm going to see you later. If you don't want to watch the gameplay, which is totally understandable because not everyone wants gameplay kind of videos, I'll see you later. If not, see me in 2 seconds when it comes on now. So I decided to play Point Blank first. We're on the old G-Con 45 to play this with a bit of authenticity. I'm off at a bit of an angle, really, so this isn't really working too well. Probably need to recalibrate it. Every time I move, it seems to be not quite how I want it to be, but just making excuses here. So I've just come off the Sega podcast thing that just happened on Saturday night. Great little stream with Scott Sega Zombie and On a Retro Trip. J Cyber Snake. Right, let's see what we do. Oh no. Question mark first. Oh, this is going to be the hard one. I don't know where where I'm actually shooting. First time you actually shoot at a screen, you kind of getting used to it yourself, aren't you? Oh yeah, there we go. Completely missed. Terrible. Yeah, so I needed to kind of calibrate myself where I'm hitting. It's not like the arcade where it's exactly where you want it to be. I don't know. It just doesn't seem to be. Doesn't have that accuracy that the arcade has, but it's still pretty good. Oh. So what I need to do is aim higher than I'm expecting. Oh, it feels good, guys. Feels good. Getting into the swing of it now. Like I say, you just need to know where that first hit is, because it's never quite accurate. It's never really where you think the first time. And that's my excuse, and that's what I'm sticking to. But yeah, I did well there, so not bad. Let's say, I think if you saw my arcade video the other day, yeah, I really love that recoil, and you just don't get that replication here. But it's still, like I say, it's a great fun pie game, and playing this as a kid with your mates, you can't beat it really. Oops, that's not it, is it? You got to stop him from getting hit. God, it feels like it's been ages since I played this. I think it was last year at Berry Arcade Club. I don't know if I played it at Leeds, to be fair. I think I played Point Blank 2. Thinking about it, actually. Oh dear. Oh, just to make sure that he doesn't die, that's all it is. Oh, great. I mean, some people love the WarioWare games. I've never really fully played them. I've played them a couple of times and I didn't really enjoy them too much. But this is the party game for me. Right then, so I got my old concentration head in. This used to be my favourite. I used to love it. It's just move your wrist just slightly just to get to the bird you want. It's this kind of Twitch gameplay that I absolutely love. You can't see it right now, but my arms are completely stretched out. Oh, we smashed it! Smashed it! So I'm getting better. Just like I say, it's just getting used to that gun again, really. Let's not do the very hard one, although we just missed it. Yeah, we'll do this round and then we'll move on to the next game, I think. Just for a quick play. And then I can move the camera out of the way and then I can play it properly. Right in front of the screen. So, hands up, and honestly say, how many people used to play this with a gun right next to the TV? Yeah, we've all done that. And then told everyone, look at our best scores. Something you can't do with the Wii. I don't think you can actually. So, like the modern day light gun games now are all on the Wii basically. Well, what's this? In number order, 1 to 16. So you're gonna get to see my number skills at work. Oops. 2. Oops. Come on. Really concentrating there. Yeah, so the Wii's the modern day light gun sort of system, really, choice, and yeah, some great games on there. Like the one that really jumped straight to me, other than obviously the House of the Dead games, is the NY Blades or something. Oh, well, I'm saying it jumped straight to my head. What's it called? Right, I'm gonna grab it here. Sorry about this, guys. So, Oh no, I failed there. Did that myself by myself. So yeah, this is a great game here. So Gunblade NY and LA Machine Guns Arcade Twin Pack. If you've got a Wii and you like your gun games, you need to pick that up for yourself. Fantastic game. And as I say, light gun games and they're brilliant. Oh god, this is going to be tight, I think, isn't it? Oh, this is the one that really ramps up near the end. I think I've already failed. I think as soon as you miss one of these, that's it. Oh, not in it. Close there, that was close. So, still got a high score, but unfortunately got to continue. Right, so let's say go on to the next game. So then let's boot this up. Just on the dregs of my beer right now. We're on the Trooper. You can't really tell because it's just in a glass, but yeah, bit of a recommendation from Carl. I've been loving this. A bit of the old Iron Maiden. So yeah, let's go put on the next game. So anyone guessing what this could be? I think I maybe mentioned it earlier. I actually recorded the first bit a couple of hours, well, quite a few hours ago now. As I say, I watched the Sega. What do they call themselves? I'll put a link put a link below because I think during lockdown they're going to be doing these streams quite regular. So I'll put a link and then everyone can go join over. They've got a new channel over there. As I say, I think it's Pete on the Retro Tip's channel. So he's going to be inviting guests on to have a bit of a chat. Oh, sorry, I just skipped through there really quickly. So as you can see, this is, what is it? Rapid Reload. I was going to call it Gunner's Heaven, which is the Japanese name for this game. So yeah, I think in America this is something that we got in PAL and America didn't. So I don't know what the buttons are. So obviously, as you can see now, it's a bit of a running gun. So you can hold the button down to shoot. Yeah, absolutely fantastic. I don't, as I say, I'm pretty certain I remember thinking this was old-fashioned crap and not much fun, or at least that's what I would have thought. It was back in when PlayStation first came out. It was just so much touted over the 3D, and it's just such a shame because we missed out on some great games like this. Japan got so many of them, and we didn't. I think this was the toe in the water sort of thing. And because it didn't really sell very well, I don't think they really wanted to risk bringing any more over to Europe or America even. Oh, Jesus, I'm not doing very well here. I have got a cat jumped straight onto my hands though at the moment, so this is what I usually have to put up with. People say handicap, I literally do have a handicap. So yeah, I mean, the comparison with Gunstar Heroes is just completely empowering here. Really, you can't get away from it. So can you shoot? Oh, what was I doing then? What I'm trying to do here, I'm not just trying to die. I am trying to like move or crouch and run, or kind of shoot up at a diagonal and maybe press a button so it doesn't move. Ooh. Oh, we can change weapons like that. That's pretty cool. I didn't know that. Crushed him. So, oh, there's a bomb and everything. There's quite a lot to do here, I think. I think I really should have spent a bit of time with the old manual. Darren McCarroll made me laugh the other day. He left a comment on one of my videos saying he's gone from gamer to collector to gamer and back again that many times. He's now actually just a manual reader. And that's what I need to do. But as gamers, we think we know better. We don't need to read the manuals, do we? So let's see if we can change weapon. Right, so oh, I like that one. I like that one. Goes all over the place. Oh. So before this, I've been playing Bloodstained on the PlayStation 4, which is a bit of a Castlevania Symphony of the Night clone. Brilliant game, but I'm I'm trying to double jump here, and obviously you can't do that like you can in Castlevania. So excuse me while I'm being terrible. No, I just like making excuses of being crap at playing games. Hey, look at him with his Union Jack robot. What's going on here? Right, so oh Jesus. It's funny when you watch these videos on other people's channels, you just go, oh, why don't you just walk away from that? And when you're actually playing it, it's a different story. You just completely suck at it. Doing good guys. Am I even recording? Yeah, so it's such a shame that this didn't get more popular. Brilliant game so far. Just need to know a few more of the details of what you can do, because I think I'm missing out a few things here. As I say, I'm pretty certain when you played like games like Pro Protector and stuff like that, you kind of know that, like, you see this diagonal movement here. Obviously you point up and press left. So usually you kind of have a button to stay still while you're doing that, and this doesn't seem to... Ah, we found it. So this is what I was wittering on about all that time. So I found the button. So that's L2. If anyone ever plays this game, it's L2. Oh jeez, oh, was that just me? Health's running out. Health's running out. Oh, there we go. Bit of an upgrade. Ah, that's better. We've cracked it now, guys, just as we're about to die. Not much time. Oh, is that power? I thought that little gauge on the top was the power, the time about to run out, but obviously not. So you're after Valkyrie. Too bad, because it's Pumpkinheads. We get the treasure first. So, I mean, the art style in here is absolutely brilliant. It's proper anime. I mean, again, if you've played like the likes of Contra or like Gunstar Heroes, this boss seems just so cliche. I'm sure all them kind of games have all had a boss like this. I mean, it does seem to be doing a few different things than the other ones, but yeah, not too creative here on this one. Oh dear, I say that, but I still died. Anyway, that's a couple of games from the PlayStation 1 library. I think I might go into the PlayStation 2 next. If anyone's got any suggestions of what I should probably end up playing, just let me know. Obviously I'm not going to play anything like RPGs, but I might talk about some. So if you just put some recommendations at the bottom, I'll either talk about them and I'll put a top 5, well, not a top 5, because not these aren't to my top 5 games really, but yeah, just 5 games to have a bit of a chat about. And I'll see you probably here next week, whenever that is. This is Saturday night. Hello. Saturday night. Hopefully I'll try and get this uploaded tonight. got a little bit of editing to do with it, merge the videos together. So it'll probably be up Saturday night, Sunday morning. But you'll probably know that because you're probably already watching it. Look at this. Proper cool video, isn't it, really? This feels like a Saturday morning. Just going to let it run a little bit. So I'll see you guys later. Bye.